welcome to the Shelley Studio, and today I was painting along with a creative chat with Barb Owens, and she was talking to, I think it's Kyla Givehand. They gave prompts and I didn't write them down, I just kind of did it as I was watching the playback on YouTube. But it turned out kind of fun. I was just expecting to create some sort of background and would have turned them into ATCs, but I don't know. I kind of like how it ends up and not sure what I'm going to do with it now. Anyway, the first prompt was doodle, I think. Like I said, I can't remember exactly, but you can see what I'm doing. So I drew lines, patterns, doodles. And now I'm stamping, and I think it says stamp randomly on the page, so I just kind of cover the whole page with this, and I believe that ink that I'm using is the blue denim. It's the oxide ink one, but I don't use it that way. I just did it because it was not black. Alright, and so the next one, I don't know if it was stamp with paint, stamp randomly, or use a color you haven't used in a while. So it's all of the above. I've had this color and I haven't used it in a while, so I figured I would pull it out and use it on the background. And like I said, I was planning on cutting these up into ATCs or doing something like that with it. At least that was my original plan. And then, the next one was to draw with your non-dominant hand. So, in case you haven't noticed, I am left-handed, so I am drawing with my right hand. So, yeah, it's kind of wonky. I decided to do a butterfly. And so this is kind of why I'm not sure I would turn it into ATCs, because I have this huge butterfly on there that I am drawing with charcoal. Yeah. And I get kind of into it. So now I'm using some, what brand is this? Prang gel crayons. And they're kind of dried up a little bit on me. I've had them for a while. I usually just let my nephew color with them. And I'm just doing this whole thing with my non-dominant hand. I'm not as brave as Gina Aaron's, where she draws faces with her non-dominant hand. I can barely draw them with my dominant hand. So butterfly is all you're going to get from me. And I'm just decided I would fill it all in with color. And then, because it is a gel crayon, they are water soluble, so I'm gonna smooth it all out with damp Q-tips so that it looks more like it was painted. Still using my right hand. That was really hard to go around things, but it works out. I mean, it does look kind of childish, but I'm okay with that. So then the next one I believe was stencil. So I decide I want to use kind of the opposite or complementary to the butterfly. So I'm doing the yellow-orange range. And it's the right time of year for orange, right? So these are some leaf stencils I made a long time ago and did some jelly printing with, and yeah, kept them. They work great. And I'm just going to stencil the whole page with a few different leaf patterns. And I'm just varying it from orange to red to yellow, just to make it interesting. I like the big leaves because they cover more faster. Trying to go around my butterfly so I don't cover it up. Sorry that cut off a little bit, but probably didn't need to watch me stencil the whole thing on there, but hey. So the next prompt, I think it was draw. I don't remember exactly what the prompt was. So I start by going around this particular leaf, and I don't like the results of the outlining. So then I decide to do a little doodling around the edges. Must have been draw with a marker or something. Alright, and I add a green leaf with that same marker, kind of to distract from the one I outlined in green, which I like the green leaves added to it. I think that kind of helps. And one more. I don't think any of this media would have stayed over those gel crayons from praying anyway, so. Alright. Now this prompt, I do remember it was like, draw wildly. Okay, so maybe I didn't draw wildly, but I add little scribbly doos. To make it look like I was drawing wildly. And I try to keep it loose. And this is Americana Writer in black. And I think the black just gives it the punch that it needed. My writer's a bit old, so it gets a little stiff. Alright. Well, there we go. Finished piece. I hope you liked that. If you did like it, please hit like. Feel free to share, comment, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.